We're going to spend some time with musicians now. Having squandered a little bit of time on a little bit of a monologue for you, now we're going to really invest deeply in something that matters in the world of art. In the words of Duke Ellington, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Singers Nicole Kubis and Kaylee Griffith, Nicole Pereira bring back the swing of the 40s and 50s with their swing vocal trio, the Swing Kittens. Hailing from Orange County, California, they perform all over Southern California. In recent years, they've been on the road in various countries around the world, and one of our staffers, Taylor Miranda, spoke with the Swing Kittens about their unique trio and their experiences while touring.
I was singing with a big band in high school, and with the Swing Cats, who is our band now, and I was singing just as a soloist. And the thing with singing as a soloist is you're featured, but you're, singing a few songs and then sitting the rest of the time, while the band plays. And, you sit there and it's great, but you get lonely and there's not much to do. So the band leader, recognized that and was also looking for something to set us apart from other groups. And what he came up with was an Andrews Sisters type trio, so we could have a little niche that was different than other groups. So he asked me if I knew anybody, and I've always loved harmonies, I've always been into it. And at the high school that I was at, Huntington Beach High School, I was in the Academy for the Performing Arts in a commercial rock music program, and I was kind of spearheading a lot of the harmonies that were going on at that time. And so we were doing classic rock like Boston and the Beatles, and mainly the Beatles. Fleetwood Mac, yeah, things like that, where we're spearheading a lot of the harmonies. And so he said, "Do you know anybody?" And I said, "Well,
only a few
people." And so obviously when you pick for a group like this, you have to think of obviously talent, but personality too, because you don't want to be stuck with somebody who makes you miserable. And if you're going to form a group, but at the time we had no idea we were going to be doing anything, 4 years down the road.
No.
It kind of started as a little fun thing, singing 3 songs. But, obviously Nicole and I were really, really good friends. And I said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this?" And she's always been interested in, jazz and harmonies and things. And she was like, "Oh, heck yeah." And so she, we formed a little team and then met up with some other girl from Yorba Linda named Sarah. And we sang 3 songs at our first gig, and it was terrifying. But
it was so scary.
Yeah.
We got paid our $35
for
singing the 3 songs.
And we're so happy.
at a concert in the park.
On a truck bed.
In a truck trailer sort of stage thing.
And then before that you had a couple different people as part of the trio.
Yeah.
Before Kaylee came into the group.
Right.
Can you tell us about how Kaylee came to be a swing kid?
Yes, how Kaylee came to be.
It's a book.
It's a book. Okay. We started off with Sarah, and she was in the group for about maybe 5 or 6 months. She came along, and she was friends with our band leader. She was his student at one point. And he was like, "Oh, I know this great girl, Sarah. She'll fit right in." And she did, and she was great. And we did several gigs with her. But then she was going to go to Berkeley School of Music, so she could no longer be in the group, obviously. So she left, and we asked one of our friends, Brittany Buchanan, Brittany Zika now, and she was one of the top singers in APA, and we were like, "Oh, this would be a perfect fit." So she was in there for, I think she was in there for like 2 or 3 months, and she ended up getting married young and moved to Oregon. And then after that, we're running out of options at this point, and we had asked Kaylee originally after Brittany left and said, "Look, we really need somebody, you'd be a perfect fit," but she was 17 and we had a lot of gigs lined up for Disney where you have to be 18. That's okay. We asked Lily Franson, who also was in APA with us, and she was in the group for, I think she's in the group for a year and a half. And we did a lot with her as well. The group just kept growing and growing, and obviously our material kept growing, and the idea of the group kept growing. And then she finally decided to leave because she was very passionate about acting and was doing an acting major and was doing a lot of plays and didn't have the time to offer for the group. So she said, "Look, I gotta go." So that was goodbye. And then Kaylee at that time was perfect age. She turned 18. And I said, "So, how would you feel about being a swing kitten?" And
it's like,
less than 2 minutes
I
later,
need my outfit. Let's go. Let's get on. Let's do this.
Let's get on with it. And I mean, everybody's had their little piece in forming it.
Definitely.
But since Kaylee came in, it was just, that was it.
Can you tell us a bit about your experiences touring and how that all got started?
So when we first started touring, it was about a year ago. And we got this email, a mysterious email one day, from this guy named Rick Gerber from the Glenn Miller Orchestra. And we're going, okay, yeah, right. You know, Glenn Miller is the biggest, you know, big band icon, you know. And we're reading it, and it's saying, you know, we have heard about your group. I heard a lot of great things, and we'd love to have you join us on this tour to the Far East. We're going to Bangkok and Manila, and we would love for you to join us. And we're going, what is this?
This is not real.
Not real. No way. And so we met up with the leader, the guy who emailed us, named Rick, and we went out for lunch, and he was showing us pictures of previous tours, and we're sitting there going, I know all these people, you know. I didn't know Drew did it, and I didn't know Gary was in the band, and that was only a 10-day tour. We were gone for 10 days in the Philippines and Thailand, and we came back, and it was just like the world had changed. Like, we went on the road, and then...
There's a huge world out there.
Yeah.
And what were the shows like there?
They were interesting.
Like in theaters. Well, the one in the Philippines was in a theater.
Yes.
And then the one in Thailand was the stage on the river. It was a jazz festival, yeah. The Princess of Thailand was there and was texting the entire time.
Yeah, she was on her
It
phone.
was so weird. We're like, we're performing for the princess. Look at me.
Yeah.
Hello. You?
Yeah.
Less pressure that way.
Soon after, we got asked to go back again to Australia for 6 weeks, and that was tough because that's a long time away from home, and we were all over Australia. It was, oh darn, I wish I remembered all the statistics of all the traveling that we did.
Oh, how many miles?
So many miles.
How many, like 11 plane flights?
Yeah.
We did like 37 shows.
We did 37
37
shows.
in
37 of the same show.
Yeah.
So,
The other day I just watched a recording of that whole show, and even though you do it 37 times or how many times, it's like, I still love it, and I still watch it
Yeah.
and cry when I watch it. I'm like,
yeah, it's just
the
hard.
memories.
And
Yeah.
you make so many good friends on tour, and they become like your family too, because you're stuck with them for such a long time.
Yep.
Like we met like the Australian dancers we toured with. We ended up being such a good friends, and then we had to leave them, and it was so sad.
It's really sad when everybody just like parts ways at the end of the tour. I remember we were in the airport getting picked up, and everyone
just
just
goes,
went with their family and their wives and just left. We're like, guys, goodbye.
Yeah.
We're really emotional about it. They're like,
They're
yeah,
all
it's a
pros.
tour.
Yeah, they're all pros. They're like,
Sure.
okay, later.
On tour, obviously, the schedule is different all the time. We're actually in a different place. But what would like a
What
typical
schedule?
day be like for you on
What's-
tour?
It's different every single day. You wake up and eat breakfast in a new hotel that you don't remember where you are when you wake up. You never remember where you are. And then you shuffle around, get all your suitcase ready, and get on the bus by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you go on a bus for however many hours.
5 hours.
Between like 2 hours to 9 hours. Then you end up at a new hotel and do the same thing.
You have a few hours to hang out, typically, until you have to get on the bus again to go to the venue for sound check and get ready.
Get ready, do the show, go back to the hotel, go to sleep, and then do the exact same
Do
thing
it all
the
again.
next day.
Probably
But
done with the show about 10:30. Then we do a meet and greet every night. And so at the end of that, you're all kind of like frazzled and like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to hang out. Then you hang out, and you shouldn't hang out, and you hang out
so
till
tired.
1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I need to go to bed so I can wake up at 8 and then get my bags on by 9 a.m. But
everyone
crazy.
just needs to have a relaxing hangout session at the West. Everybody will lose their
everyone
minds.
goes crazy.
to go.
So you stay up late, you sacrifice sleep to see everyone and like hang out and not be stressed
Not
out.
be-
And that's where the memories come from.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
That's
That's
where,
how you become so close.
Yeah.
So not too much time for really sightseeing
Oh,
or
no.
anything like that.
No.
Not with this last one.
We got to in Australia, but the
Yeah.
most recent tour we did, the New Zealand and Hawaii and Thailand and the Philippines tour we just did, no days off
Nope.
at all.
And
We still
in
have
these different countries, have you noticed that your music or your style is perceived differently? Are you is every country pretty excited to have you guys there? Or
Yes.
differences?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
We noticed that in like the Asian countries, the audience is a lot younger. Like in New Zealand and Australia, everybody was
You know,
like
older.
the target, like the usual audience that we have, the older
Greatest
people that have actually
generation.
experienced music in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And then when we went to the Philippines and Thailand, it was like everybody was
Young.
like 40 and younger.
But we do find, like, away from America, people appreciate jazz more than our own art form, which is sad, but I think it's just we take it for granted here. But
It's so American that, yeah, it's just part of our history. But I think in other countries, it's like the American jazz. It's
Yeah.
like this,
interesting, exotic sort of music.
Yeah, we get so many, comments in other countries just about how grateful they are, just so appreciative to have us there, and we're going, thank you, like that's excellent. It's you just forget sometimes how important music is to other people sometimes.
And Australia and New Zealand were in the Pacific, so they were dealing with that going on in World War II, and these people listen to Glenn Miller and they cry when they hear the Andrews Sisters. It's very emotional for them because they were
like, I remember my mom like playing this for me when I was little, or I remember playing this for my kids when they were little, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Brings you back to the war times. And
yeah. And it's really interesting because a lot of the World War II veterans are gone now. I mean, it's just getting to be so long ago that a lot of them are gone, but their kids still remember the music.
They grew up with listening to it.
So we have that other wave of people that now appreciate and remember and still have the same nostalgia towards the music as their parents did. So it's great that we have that other wave of people that the music is still important to.
Like the baby boomers, and they get really emotional because their parents would play and they're like, I remember growing up to this, so it makes them remember their parents. It's good. It's good.
Like I remember like Mark Balling, our pianist, in our last tour, a veteran gave him a pin that he got in the service and was like, you deserve this after what you just did. And Mark was just so taken aback, like, you can't give this to me, like, I just get paid to do that. But he gave him and so Mark wore it as a cufflink every show.
Yeah.
To honor that guy. It's crazy. You get a lot of sentimental value from all these shows.
And the more you performed it, has music meant more to you?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I would say that. And there's a lot of lyrics that you hear and you're like, what does that mean? Terminology that was very 1940s or war related, and we're sitting there like Googling, like, what are we singing about? You just gotta find out because it's
slang.
Lots of slang. So we're like, what does that mean? And then you find out, and then you can tell the crowd who's curious too. And so we have a lot of fun facts that we tell the audience. You find out so much about the culture and the time through music, because that was the form of entertainment, and that was the getaway escape.
Radio,
yeah. So it's cool to learn about that, and it's more fun that way than just a history book, Can
you give an example of an expression in the songs or something that you learned?
Hold tight.
Hold tight, yeah. Hold tight is talking about eating seafood the whole song, which is very confusing. We're like, what are they talking about? But apparently seafood was rationed during World War II, so it's kind of a luxury to have it, and so it's kind of like hold tight until rations are over and we can have our like indulgences again.
We can have shrimps and rice.
Shrimps and rice, they're very nice. That's a good example.
And so, did any of you imagine at this point in your life, you're both all in your early 20s or close to that?
Yeah,
19?
Kaylee's still 19, I don't know what she's doing.
You're young, and I think maybe it's the normal thing in college to start a band or something like that, but did you ever expect that you would be in a swing group?
No.
Right now? Touring?
I had no idea. Absolutely no.
No way. Especially not touring. That took me by surprise, just because I never really thought of myself as being one to travel. And now I've got the bug. Now I love it.
You can't stop.
I just love it.
Go away. I always wanted to tour when I was really young. I wanted to be a pop singer. And I was like, I'm going to tour and I'm going to work. This is going to be crazy. Then I went to high school and it kind of like faded out. I was like, high school was nice, but I feel like it's over. It's like downhill from here. So the fact that like I can still sing is crazy to me. And that I get to tour is crazy to me. I don't understand.
When's your next tour? Are you any plans for the future?
There's a possible tour next
year. And there's one this year. We're going to Japan. We're going to Japan in September for 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks or something like that. Yeah, that's with a totally different orchestra though. These are a bunch of people that, a lot of them we've never performed with. Like I think half the band we know.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's good to go with people you know and can protect you.
Jim Quam
and Gary Halpoff. It's going to be a fun time. But we're going with the Billy Vaughn Orchestra. It's going to be a totally new set of songs we're doing, and a totally new set of people, and a new show, and it'll be good.
And what about the three of you? Obviously spending so much time together. Have you guys just become closer and closer as friends too?
Yeah. A lot of the guys in the band try and get the dirt, like, so who of you, like, who's the most moody or who gets mad at each other
Who's the
most.
grumpy one? We're like, we all
Feel
get
like
grumpy.
we all get grumpy at usually
different times.
And it's not a big deal, and
We don't get mad at each other.
we don't fight, we don't do anything. You really couldn't ask for a better group of people to be together.
Yeah, I don't understand. You think three girls, something's gotta happen.
It's pretty silly actually how well we get along, and we all shared a room for 6 weeks together, all three of us in one room.
Yeah, we were always in
I
one
think
room.
I think about our majors sometimes, like Prayer, the psychology major, and Nicole's the communication major, and I'm a nursing major, so we have like the logical psychology major over here, like, okay, this is what we did, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. And then we have Nicole, who's really good at communicating with everyone, and she's like,
Feelings, let's
she
talk
can,
about
she
it.
can, yeah, we can talk about her feelings with her, and she can, I don't know, she brings the group closer, because she communicates with
We're like,
band
how are you
members.
feeling? You know how people are feeling,
Yeah.
and you can see.
Where like as I don't know, I don't talk about how I'm feeling, and she brings it out, and then like if you have me where I'm just like, I'll
Mama
take
bear.
care of you,
Mama
I'll take
bear.
care of you, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nurturing.
I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. But
It works.
It totally
It
works.
really well.
works.
What is the difference? Because I know that each of you have had your moments of being a solo singer, and now you're in a group where you all sing together.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been a huge transition? Is that more fun to sing as a group?
Yeah.
It's so much more fun.
Yeah.
Way more.
It's so much more rewarding. When you do it as a team, it's just you get off stage and you're like, yeah.
We
or,
feed off each other's energy. You're not up there like I'm all by myself up here. It's like I can look at each side of me and like, oh, okay, I am secure in my little spot. It's fine.
My little crevice.
My little crevice.
I was always very nervous in high school doing like the main stage shows before going on, like just shaking and just nervous, and so this helps like play off each other. I have more energy and I can make facial expressions. I'm not nervous that I look weird. There's two other people up there too, so it's
We fill up the stage, the three of us. It's like when you're by yourself, you feel so alone up there.
And that and all of us just have a genuine love for singing harmonies.
Yeah, it's so fun for us.
It's just fun. I don't know, why sing solo when you can sing harmonies with your best friends? I don't know. It doesn't get much better than that to me.
rewarding and fun, and you get to blend. And when I sing solo, I'm like, my voice is nasally and annoying, but then if I could blend to that like 1940s sound, then it complements, it rounds it out.
Yeah. So we're really lucky.
And with that, having your voices have to blend so well together with your harmonies, obviously. How often do you rehearse or practice, or how do you get your voices to be so tight?
Well, we do lots of gigs with the Swing Cats, our home band. So we do proms and stuff. We don't really. If we get new songs, we get together and practice. But if we don't have new songs, we just kind of wait till the next gig to.
Yeah.
But we see each other in between, and I don't know.
Each song gets better after every show. I think we kind of listen to each other in like intonation or different, like how we phrase things.
Yeah.
So it just gets better, I think, with the shows.
Mm-hmm. Just time.
Yeah, time.
It's time.
Lots of
And
time.
lots of repetition and just. And we're to the point now where we can predict how each other is going to phrase something or
We
how
know each other well
we
enough.
know each other's voice and just that kind of thing. So when we learn a new song, it doesn't take very long for us to lock in because
Yeah.
we know what each other's going to do. And sometimes we'll do something and we'll just laugh like, how did we all know that we were going to slide into that note? Or how did we all know that we were going to say that word like that? And we just go, that was kind of cool.
Or
And
we'll
we
talk.
just,
Yeah.
just keep it.
And if not, we just talk about it and say like, okay, we'll do this on this note. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
And it just locks in.
So I heard you guys also have a CD. Can
We
you tell
do.
a little bit about that?
We have 2 albums, technically. Our first album was put out about a year ago, and it's called Just Kittens Started. It's got all the classics on it: A Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, Rum and Coca-Cola, Sugar Time, all those classics. It's Tisket a Tasket.
The list goes on.
The list goes on. And that was our first album, obviously Just Kittens Started, and bunch of great players on that. Wayne Bergeron, Eric Marienthal, Gary Halapoff, Drew Hemwall, Chris Book, Kevin Richardson, Art Dragon. It's just, the list is just crazy. We're so lucky.
Tom Kubis.
Tom Kubis. Not my dad or anything. So it turned out great. And so that was like our first album. And right before we left, we put out an album with our band, the Swing Cats. And it's called These Cats Can Swing. and that's got more of our fun stuff on it, the stuff that we like to do.
Lesser known songs, but more fun.
More fun to
Yeah,
For
listen
us,
to.
because
For us.
more fun to
It
sing.
was kind of a CD for us.
Yeah, it was.
was
It
fun.
was. And it's more geared towards swing dancers, and so there's a lot of medium tempo songs for swing dance classes and things like that, because we do a lot of things at Rusty's Rhythm Club, which is up in LA. And it's a really famous swing dancing club, and they do lessons and things. And Rusty, who works there, she said, "I love Delilah Jones. I love that song." It's one of our songs. And she, she's like, "Do you have a recording of it?" And so finally we got the recording for her, so she'll be happy. So it's more geared towards that. A lot of, if swing dancers want to use it for their classes or things. And then there are also a lot of fun songs on there that we don't usually get to record or do. So I think it was fun for us. And we've been toying with a lot of other ideas of projects we want to do.
Maybe Christmas.
Christmas
CD.
with our new friend Mark Kapitsky, who's one of the singers on the tours.
He's amazing.
He's amazing, and we
Sounds
love
just
him.
like- we call him Markle Bublé sometimes.
Yeah.
He sounds like
His
Michael
name is Mark.
Bublé.
Yeah, he's just wonderful. So we'd love to do some Andrew Sisters Bing Crosby Christmas stuff. We've been toying with an a cappella album of some arrangements that we've done over the years of a cappella things.
Or even like new rock music.
We've
like
been toying-
Just our normal,
Aerosmith.
our real soul.
Passion.
Yeah,
soul.
rock
Yeah,
music.
we all love rock music.
So there's a lot of projects to be done. So little time.
Just add it onto the list.
Yeah,
I'd like to do big band arrangements of rock music. Is that what we're talking about, or just like?
we could do both.
I think that would be so cool, like horn heavy
Yeah.
renditions.
Well, like that's the cool thing, like because we love. I mean, Motown. Luckily, there's lots of harmonies
Oh my
and
gosh,
horns.
Motown.
So we love doing Motown. When we do gigs, we do a lot of Stevie Wonder. We do Dancing in the Streets. We do things like that with horns and harmonies, and it's just so fun to have like a giant horn section behind you. So
Do you do Jackson 5?
Yeah, we do
too?
Jackson
That is
5.
so
we do a lot of that stuff. So it'd be fun to do an album.
As young college students singing swing music, what do you love the most about what you're doing?
I like that it brings back memories for people. I think the historical significance is so meaningful to see older people. I love older people in general, but someone who could be in their 80s and they look to you and they're just like, "Thank you," and they sincerely thank you.
With
Thank
tears
you.
in their
Yeah,
eyes.
tears in their eyes. It brought back so many memories, especially like veterans or anyone who went through World War II. Scared every day. The fact that this music gave them hope, and then you can recreate that, I think is very rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. I think that definitely is definitely. And then just the singing aspect of it, singing with your best friend.
Yeah,
all
the selfish
time.
part of it, yeah.
It's like, I love singing, I love harmonies, I love my friends. This is just like, and then
And
I
traveling.
love traveling. It's just, it doesn't get,
Too good to be
it doesn't
true.
get any better. And you get to meet new people, and we met great friends.
Everywhere we've
And
gone.
Everywhere we've gone, we've made great friends and like lifelong friends.
Lifelong, definitely.
And we've got to see so many amazing things, and we've become so much closer. And I don't know, it's just really great. We're very thankful.
Yeah. Nothing can replace those moments you have
Yeah.
when you're
memories.
traveling, and memories that you share together in a world so out of your element. You're in a foreign country and sometimes not able to read the signs, and the funniest things happen, and you just share those memories and they never disappear. You just create lifelong friends. Yeah, and we get to do all these tours and stuff like that, but we are always so thankful to perform with our band at home, and the band leader Dan Methy has just been absolutely wonderful to us, and we're so lucky to perform with him, and it's such a fun group, and it's just a family. So, we never forget that when we go travel. We come back and, we hang out with Dan and Chris and Drew and all of our guys, and it's like nothing can replace that either.
Singers Nicole Kubis, Kaylee Griffith, and Nicole Pereira, interviewed by Taylor Miranda of our staff. Those singers are the vocal trio The Swing Kittens. Learn more about them on iTunes, cdbaby.com. They also have a Facebook page. This is The Morning Show on BYU Radio.